Hey guys, it's Kristen from Raising Disciples Mom. And in this video, I wanted to share with you guys why it's so important to understand our emotions and the thoughts behind our emotions. And then I'm going to give you 4 steps to use in your parenting, in any relationship, really, that you can help yourself with your emotions, with your thoughts in a healthy and godly way. So let's jump right in. Okay, so first up, something that I've learned recently and has really helped me so much in every area of my life, including my parenting, is the awareness that our thoughts come first and then our emotions follow. And the reason this is so important is because when I get stressed, when I get angry or irritated or frustrated or a number of any other emotions, I can take a pause and I can ask myself this very important question. What is your thought behind the emotion? So let me give you an example. So just a few weeks ago, I told my children, we need to clean the entire house before we leave to have lunch with grandma. And so they were cleaning, but they were playing around, joking, being kids. And I started feeling irritated. I was getting stressed out. And so I started nagging at them. You guys are going to be late, and then you're going to get an extra chore. And I started getting impatient with them and harsh with them. And so they started to clean some more, but then they continued back to their playing while they were cleaning. And I could just feel my blood pressure rising and my stress level rising. And so right then and there, I just took a pause and I realized that my kids were seeing me like this, that when we were about to leave somewhere, they were seeing mom get all stressed out. And so I became aware of what was going on. And, I was talking to God in my head and I was just saying, Lord, help me. What am I even feeling right now? What is going on? So becoming aware when I felt stressed out. And then I also realized that this was a pattern that was happening because it wasn't the first time. It was starting to be a recurring thing. And I realized that this is not the kind of mom that I want to be. I don't want every time we go somewhere to be a stressed out mom. I want to be a mom who's patient and who builds relationship with her kids. That's the kind of mom I want to be. So again, I went to prayer to God with my thoughts and my feelings. And I began to ask that question. What is your thought behind the emotion? So I realized I was feeling stressed. I was feeling anxious. I was feeling irritated. And so I really asked myself, what is the thought behind that? And I realized that I was having these negative thoughts, and these were the thoughts I was having. I have to get everything cleaned up before we leave. I have to have the kitchen cleaned up and the dishes done and the living room picked up and the dining room area. Everything needs to be done. And I have to do it. And I have to get everyone looking nice and ready. And so I realized I was telling myself, I have to, I have to. But after realizing this is what I was thinking, I asked myself, what is the truth though? Are these thoughts that I'm even telling myself even true? And I realized, no, they are not true. I don't have to get everything cleaned up. I don't have to do any of it. And I don't have to have everyone looking all dolled up either, all dressed up. Sure, I wanted to do those things. It would be nice to do those things, but I don't have to do those things. I have options. I can leave the place a mess and we can just go and we can clean up when we get back. Or I can choose to clean up some things and leave the dishes in the sink. And I can choose to let my kids wear what they're wearing and maybe just brush their hair and they're fine and they look fine and good enough. And this was really, really helpful because what happened next was my sweet little 6-year-old son dropped his whole box of Legos as he was trying to clean up. And with mom's stress, I'm sure adding to it didn't help. He just started crying. And I'm like 99.9% sure that if I hadn't taken the time to be aware of my emotions and thoughts and take care of my side of the street, that I would have just lost it with him. I would have lost my patience. I would have been even more stressed. But since I did take the time to do those things, I was able to come alongside him and help him clean up his mess. And I was able to do so graciously and patiently. And I felt better about myself too, because that's the kind of mom I want to be. I want to be that patient mom. All right, so the 4 steps to help you when you are stressed or overwhelmed in your parenting or in any relationship or any area of your life. This is the first step, is to take a pause from whatever is going on. We can't know what's going on if we don't become aware of it, and being aware is the first step. We can't change what we won't own and what we're not aware of. So In those moments, we want to just keep going and keep doing the things, but we need to take a pause and realize there's something going on here. What is it? All right, step number 2 is to ask yourself, what are my emotions? So, what am I feeling right now? What is my emotion right now? And explore those emotions with God. And don't condemn. This is not to condemn yourself. This is not to feel guilty about your emotions. It's just to become aware of them and start getting curious about what you are feeling. And then the third step is, what is the thought behind the emotion? This is that very powerful question that helps you to realize what you are thinking in that moment. Because remember, the thought happens first and then the emotion. So if we think, I have to do this all, I have to get it all done, then of course we're going to be feeling stressed and anxious, and we're going to be putting all this pressure on ourselves. And then number 4 is to ask yourself, are my thoughts even true? Because yes, we want to be able to explore our real feelings and our real thoughts, and they are valid. But are they grounded in truth? And that is where the rubber meets the road. We want our thoughts to be grounded in truth. We want to take every thought captive to obey Christ. So that is the powerful question. It is one that will get you closer to being the kind of mom you want to be. It's going to help you be closer to the person that you want to be. And it gives you the desires of your heart, the person that you want to be, and the person that God created you to be. All right. Till next time, thank you so much for being here. God bless, and I'll see you soon.